Hi everyone, Lori Marie here, mixed media artist in Vallejo, California. A little distracted. I got a comment this morning from an older video where the person asked me not to do my yoga poses during the videos. So I assume that person means pulling my knee up. I'm not quite sure, but this is not a yoga pose, okay? This is LMJ getting comfortable in front of the camera. All right, that being said, thank you so much for joining. I want to do a shout out for Susan. She bought a whole bunch of cups of coffee, so we should be good for a while at dark o'clock. Thank you, Susan. And Jen sent some goodies. So Jen, thank you very much. Fun papers. Anyway, thank you so much for thinking of the village. Two parts to this video today. The first part is a Purge book that Rosanna has ordered. It's a large vintage photo that I had cut in half. It was on my workspace. It caught her eye, and she's asked for a Purge book with that. So I completed that with some elastic bands so she can pull the signatures out, the pages out, and play with them. Thank you, Ishka, for that, and a couple other people that have inspired that. Thank you so much. And the second part is the reading of The Little Girl with Painted Hands. I did a reading on Zoom last Saturday and honored the people that have asked for dedications of the book. But not everyone could make it to that book reading, so I want to go ahead and put that on our YouTube channel, okay? Thank you to everyone that's ordered a book. We've gone through 100 here in Vallejo, California, and Amazon has been selling them like hotcakes as well. I'm very, 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 very happy with how the book turned out. It tells a story. Those of you that have followed me for years remember when I had spiky red or orange hair and my overalls, and you will see that reflected in the book. The Little Girl with Painted Hands has orange hair, and she's always wearing overalls. So just some little secrets there that you can look for. She has painted hands. The village people do not. Their little hands are clean. So just a fun story. It's an adult book for children or a children's book for adults. I'm not quite sure how to classify that. So very fun. All right, enough from me. Let's read a book and let's look at a Purge book. See you on the table. This is a Purge book that I've made for Rosanna. It was a very large image. I cut it in half. She's the front, and then her dress is the back. Very hard to see, but too gorgeous to throw away. Elastic band to hold the book together. There are two signatures of Purge papers with gesso and coffee stains, wallpaper, all different kinds of goodies in here. This is a piece of canvas that I've cut out from our fabric book. And in the center is an elastic band. So these pages can be removed, and she can play in those. She can sew in those, embellish those, whatever she would like. And the second signature, the same. The gessoed pages, pockets, add-ons throughout the book. Haven't had it out for a little while. And then the same thing for this one. It has the elastic band, so she can take these pages out and embellish them. Here again, the elastic band to hold the book closed with a vintage button. And then on the spine, this is one elastic band into the signature, and this is the other elastic band into the signature, so I crisscrossed them. This button holds everybody in place, the band around the book and the band around the signatures. Very, very fun. On the inside of the cover, it does say opera singer, and I'm sure that this picture was on someone's wall. Here's the little hanger here. A lot of fun. Rosanna, I will get this out to you as soon as possible. Thank you for your order. This is a story about a little girl that wanted very badly to fit in, a little girl that was filled with fear about being different. The Little Girl with Painted Hands, written and illustrated by Lori Marie Jenkins. Today I'm going to tell you a story about a little girl that wanted very badly to fit in, a little girl that was filled with fear about being rejected for being different, a little girl that felt lonely even when she was surrounded by groups of people. So these are the people. These are their little faces. No color, no description. Once upon a time, a long time ago, a little baby girl was born into a small village. Everyone was so excited when the little girl was born, they gathered around to sing her songs and to welcome her into the village. Everything seemed normal. Almost. So these are the village people. Here's her mama, and there's the little girl. As the little girl grew, she noticed that she had something no one else in the village seemed to have. She had paint on her hands, beautiful paint, blue, red, yellow, and as she got older, the colors of the paint grew brighter. And here's her little painted hands. One day the little girl showed her mother the beautiful paint on her hands. Her mother rushed the little girl to the river and scrubbed the little girl's hands in the water. She scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed, but the paint would not come off. Her mother was filled with fear because she knew if the other people in the village saw that the little girl was different, they would cast her out of the village. Only people with clean hands could live in this village. Here's their little clean hands. The little girl became fearful too. She did not want to have to leave the village. She started to hide her hands. She has her hands in her pockets. She would not play with the other children. She was too afraid they would see her painted hands. She thrust her hands deep into her pockets and kept her eyes cast down. She was afraid, and she was different. Here's the village children playing. Here she is with her hands thrust deeply into her pockets. Instead of playing with the other children, she would wander out of the village into the woods. She would touch the trees with her painted hands. She felt peace. She noticed that every time she put her hands on the trees would burst into color. She loved seeing the colors, but again, she was afraid. One day she wandered deeper into the woods, afraid that someone from the village would notice her painted hands. She was brushing her hands against the leaves, the rocks, the trees, even the birds that had become her friends. Everything was bursting with color. She heard a noise. She stopped touching things and quickly hid her hands in her pockets. Out from behind one of the trees, she could see a young boy, about her age, followed by a small group of people. They were all waving their hands proudly, proudly. They were waving their painted hands proudly. So here's the little girl, here's the little boy, and here's the people that are coming forward with their painted hands. The boy approached the little girl and said something she did not understand, a language that she had never heard before. The boy held his hands close over his heart, as if protecting something. The young boy was telling her that if she was brave enough to touch other people with her painted hands, that she would give the gift of courage to others. For the gift of painted hands is a gift to be shared, that once she was brave enough to share that gift, she would never feel lonely again, that her heart would soar with joy and gratitude. As the young boy got closer to the little girl with painted hands, he removed his hands from his heart and extended them to her. The little girl could feel the joy that was in his hands, the life, the breath, and yes, the creativity. She put her painted hands in his painted hands and instantly understood his language. He was telling her to be proud of her painted hands, to protect her painted hands from those that did not understand how powerful her painted hands were, to bravely share her painted hands with others that were still hiding their painted hands. So I encourage you to be brave, to wave your painted hands proudly, to touch as many people as you can, for you have been given a gift, a responsibility. The responsibility to find others with painted hands that are still hiding them deeply in their pockets. Be kind to yourself, embrace your painted hands, and go create, go play, go have fun. Lori Marie Jenkins, The Little Girl with Painted Hands. Dedications. Thank you to my village for the support. Ishka for the gorgeous paper that was designed by Jajika. Ushi for the glue sticks. Patricia for the stencil. Sissy for the confidence. And Handsome Hubby for putting up with a dusty house while this book took over our lives. Lori Marie is a mixed media artist in California with her handsome hubby Rob. She is a wife, a mother, a grandmother, a sister, a teacher, a mentor, and a friend to many. She creates art on a daily basis and remains grateful that art is the universal language. Lori Marie has a YouTube channel with over 500 mixed media videos and has over 30,000 subscribers in her village. She encourages others to use what they have, to create their art, to leave perfection outside the door, and to wave their painted hands proudly. And yes, go create, go play, go have fun is her favorite phrase.